Don't worry, you will now be safe. Well, according to the Liberal Party, they may have an answer to fix the Victorian crime caused by the youth in this new video. Is it more BS? Let's check it out together. So welcome back to another video, guys. My name is TJ. I'm your friendly neighborhood bun meat eating buffoon. Anyways, guys, if you're sleeping under a rock, you know what's happening in Melbourne, Victoria. Crime is freaking ballistic. People are scared to freaking leave their house because they don't want to get sliced by a machete. Even though we have machete bins, they're supposed to solve all the problems, but that's not the point. Or is it the point? Channel 7 has just recently released a new video with the Liberals' plans of how to tackle this situation, man. So let's check out this video. But before you do that, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, comment what you think, and leave a comment, man. But also, with the new hype feature, hype this damn video. Let's freaking go.
The Victorian Liberal Party is promising extreme new tactics to tackle Melbourne crime if they win next year's state election. Boot camps, bail laws and longer jail terms, all on the agenda.
Boot camp. I'm kind of like what I'm hearing, right? But when it says boot camp, does that mean after they attack someone, then they get boot camp? But anyways, let's continue.
Theft up, home invasions up, retail crime through the roof. The latest crime statistics paint a bleak picture for Victoria. The opposition now contemplating major new reforms, including boot camps to redirect young offenders and tougher jail sentences for serious criminals.
Just lock them up, because if they're out there with knives in your homes, killing people on the streets, turning into violent gangs, we cannot have victims.
The Liberal Party.
I agree with him. I agree with everything he's saying, right? But the only thing is, I'm so freaking, like, how do I say this in a nice way? I have lost trust in the government, man. So, but anyways, let's continue.
He is already planning to introduce Queensland's Jack's Law to allow police to scan people for weapons without a warrant.
Very good.
If you don't have consequences, then ultimately more people commit violent crime and more Victorians are left feeling unsafe.
The government says its crackdown on repeat offenders is working. New laws came into play in March.
Already we're showing results year on year. There's been an increase in remand of 46% for young offenders.
But as for when that will be reflected in the crime statistics...
Let's wait for the next quarterly results and we'll have a conversation then.
The Liberal Party stopped short of announcing any new policies today, rather using these statistics to reaffirm its stance on crime, hoping it'll be the deciding factor at next year's election.
We still haven't heard from the Premier about what she's going to do to tackle the crime crisis. You do know what the Liberals are going to do.
Beth Yeoman, 7 News.
It's quite concerning, isn't it, guys, right? It's really, really concerning that she hasn't actually really said much, has she? You know, so I know that she spoke briefly, right, when two young fellas passed away, and she spoke to their community leaders, right?
And I make no apologies for spending time and listening to people, understanding their pain and their grief and their anguish.
So it's not working then, is it? Because the violence is escalating. Have we lost control of what's going on out there?
But what reassurance has she given us? What actions is she putting in place? You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that she's really boasting about is the machete bins, right? We know which we know, guys, man. We know. Come on. It's an absolute failure. Like, massive failure. They were saying that they're going to toughen up on the bail laws. Let me see if I can find an article. So I found an article here written by the Liberal Victoria. I want to see what their stance is. It says here, so this is published on the 8th of September. Okay, so a while ago, a few weeks ago. The Liberals and National support Victorian police and their call for tougher actions on the state crime crisis. Our brave police are the front line of Victoria's crime crisis, putting their own lives in danger and dealing with tragic human consequences of crime. We support the comments of Detective Inspector Graham Banks and the call of Allen Labor government to act on this warning. Following the horrific double murder in Cobblebank on the weekend, Detective Inspector Banks said the policing position always been that there needs to be a strong deterrent for this type of behaviour, for carrying weapons, for people who break into homes with weapons, for people who carjacking, or people who assault people with weapons. Whether the balance is right, it's really a matter of community and the courts and ultimately by the government. But as I stand here before you, I think the penalties aren't in balance with what the community expectations are or mine. You can't really imagine how we got to this stage as a society. Victorian opposition Brad Batten said, "We agree with Detective Inspector Banks. Victorians don't feel safe in their own homes, and over the weekends 2 young boys were stabbed to death and another man was shot on our streets. Jacinta Allen has no plan to deal with Victorian crime crisis. Only the Liberals and Nationals will deliver the changes to make Victorian safe. We will introduce break bail, face jail, ensuring that there are consequences for violent crimes. We'll restore police funding and bring back moves on power. Victorians are paying $20 million a day to cover the interest on Labor's debt. That's the money that could be spent on more police. Instead, Jacinta Allen cut $50 million from the police budget and left 1,100 police jobs vacant. That is disgusting, man. That is so damn disgusting. But let's continue. Shadow Police Minister David Southwick said, "Violent gangs are ruling our streets and taking innocent lives. This is not community safety, it's neglect. Labor cuts have left police without the resources and powers they need to keep Victorians safe. We need leadership, not excuses, and tougher laws that send a clear message. Enough is enough." Okay, so he doesn't really say much. I mean, it's all political talk, but he does have a very valid point, right? Valid point. You think about it, right? How ironic. I mean, look, reducing the police funding, and next minute we've got all this massive crime as well. And the cops, unfortunately, have their hands tied. They are so busy doing breathalyzers. We do need more police. We do need more police out there. Here we go. Actually, here, there's an article here. Oh my God, it's behind a freaking paywall. But on the headlines, right, it does say this. It says, "Youth crime Victoria teens to be sent to boot camp. Trouble youths will be sent to a boot camp style program under 100 million election promises." The Victorian, okay. What is this boot camp style? I'm actually interested to see. I can't really find much about it, guys, but there will be more information coming out soon, right? And I'll do a video about that as well. But when they say boot camp, I'm assuming some type of military boot camp, right? But then again, man, these days, boot camp ain't the same as how it was in the 90s and the 80s, because you say something too harsh, man, they'll call HR on you, because it's a very soft generation now. Back in the days, man, even my old fighting coach, man, used to hurl names at you. Toughen up, this and that, you're freaking weak, blah, blah, blah. You know, used to be aggressive, man. I heard the military is a lot different now. I'm assuming there's still some old school heads out there. They still do the old school way. Let's be frank, guys, man. People are a lot more softer now, a lot more fragile, a lot more tapped into their feminine side and just start crying. But I don't know if this is going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because what qualifies them to go to boot camp? You know what I'm saying? If they're caught with not, they go to boot camp. Or if they get caught brawling or bullying, where does this punishment come aboard? If they chop someone, nah, man, you ain't taking them to boot camp. You take them straight to jail, man, and throw the key away. So I'm actually really, really interested to see how's this boot camp style approach going to work, and what proven evidence and what case studies have they done to show that this works, right? What country are they modeling, right? Because obviously someone's would have done this before already. So I like to actually hear the stats before they implement that, because at the end of the day, man, we're the ones going to be paying for this as well. And if we're paying for something, right, let's make sure it works, right? And we all get to have a say, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, it's our lives, our kids' lives, the next generation before us that we're investing in. So that was quite interesting, guys. Man, there is a bit of glimmer of hope, unless he's not talking BS and just wants to sway votes towards his side. But at this stage, man, anything is better than what our current government is doing. Anyways, guys, stay safe. Let me know what you think in the comments, right? If you reckon this is going to work. You guys are the best. Much love. See you guys in the next video. Peace out, man.